I've just built an AI UGC factory that's able to create unlimited UGC ads like this one, or like this, with any actors that you like, and publish them onto all social platforms on autopilot. And today I'm going to show you how I built this system and how you can actually build it for yourself as well. But before that, let's start with a demo of how this actually works. In this system, I actually have a list of actors as well as products that's been uploaded, and all I gotta do is to chat with the agent to upload my product, upload my actors, or create my ad videos. So let's start by seeing what products and actors we have in the database for now. I'm going to start by asking the agent, hey there, can you tell me what products and actors do we have in the database? Alright, amazing. You can see we do have a perfume over here, right, looking cool. We also have the bottle over here, the bottle that we have uploaded earlier on, okay? And we do have a couple of actors over here as well. Let's take a look at Jenny. And yeah, this is Jenny, our actor. So let's say we want to use Jenny to create an advert for the perfume. What we're going to do is we're going to tell it, I want to create an advert using Jenny for rosy perfume. Okay, and now it's asking us for the concept, the theme, as well as the caption. And I'm going to ask the agent to just create one for us. So I'm going to say, can you decide all of this information for me? Alright, so the agent has created a concept for us. I think this is pretty cool. The ad name is Morning Bloom, and the caption is begin your day with a touch of elegance and happiness. Embrace the scent of rosé perfume. So let's go ahead and create this advert. I'm just going to tell the agent, alright, sounds good. Can you create the ad for me? Alright, so now the agent has confirmed the product as well as the actor as well as the concept. Now we're going to confirm this and create the ad. So I'm going to say, yes, create the ad for me. Okay, amazing. You can see we have our actor Jenny holding the perfume bottle. So now let's give it a moment and let's see what the final video would look like. Alright, and here we have the image for the advert. So let's wait a while more for the video to be generated. Alright, let's take a look. The advert has been generated. So let's click into this.
Begin your day with a touch of elegance and happiness. Embrace the scent of rosy perfume.
Right, pretty cool advert. And there we have it based on the actors that we have as well as the product that we want to use. Now what's going to make this system an infinite UGC system is that we can also very easily upload our product as well as upload our actors and then generate unlimited ads using different actors for different products at different timing. And that is super valuable if you are an agency or creator that wants to create endless UGC videos for yourself or for your clients. And so let me just show you how easy it is to just upload a product as well as upload an actor. So I'm just going to talk to it again and I'm going to say, I want to upload a new product. Okay, see over here, we have a form to upload a product. So let's click respond, open this up. And if you're using the phone, you can actually take a picture and upload the product image. So that's super cool. And let's choose a product that we have. And let's choose a random photo like this, which is just a photo of a bottle I've taken from my phone, right? Open this up, okay, and let's name this Super Bottle. Product type would be bottle. Click submit, and we're going to close this. And what this does is that this agent would actually help us filter this product, remove the background for this product to be utilized to create all the different adverts and store it in our database. So let's give it a moment and see what we get from this. Alright, super cool. You can see from that random image that we have earlier, it actually removes the background and return it so nicely. And we just got to approve this. Open this up, close this. And very soon we're going to have this image uploaded into our database. Let's take a look over here. Let's go into this new product. And we have Super Bottle over here, the original image, which is this random photo, now transformed into this clean image that we can use for our adverts. So super cool. And on top of that, we could also add in the actors as well, right? So one of the ways that we can add in the actor is to upload a photo that we have earlier of ourselves. So it can just be a normal photo that we have found, like this Korean guy. Or we can also make the AI agent create a new actor for us as well, like Jenny over here. And so how we can do so is similarly, we just have to talk to the agent and ask it to create an actor for us. So I'm going to say, I want to create a new actor. Okay, same thing, we just have to respond over here, open this up. And if you have an actor, you can just upload the file and it will automatically upload for you. But let's say you don't have it, we can just give it a name. Let's say we call this Gerald, and we can call this a nerdy guy from the UK wearing a fedora hat. Submit this. Close this, open up Telegram. Okay, give it a moment and we're gonna see what we get. Amazing, we have a new actor Gerald created over here and it's now added to our database as well. Take a look at our actor Gerald. We have the description set over here as well. And now we can use Gero as well as our new product, the Super Bottle, to create more advertisements, making this our very own UGC Ad Factory. Alright, now lastly, after generating our adverts, we could also publish all these adverts onto our social platform, right? Really making it a full-fledged AI system. And how we can do so is to just go into our database over here, okay? We just have to approve the advert that we want to upload. So we're going to choose this advert, click it to ready to upload, go back to Telegram, and I'm going to tell it, can you upload and publish the ready video for me? Alright, and now it's found the ad that's ready for publishing, and I'm going to tell it, yes, publish this ad for me. Alright, and now the advert has been published onto all platforms. If you go back to our database, the status has been changed to posted for all platforms as well. And let's check out our social page to see if we have gotten this advert of Mr. Johnny for Rosy Perfume on our platforms. Right, this is the advert. Alright, super cool. Now let's go into our social platforms. Right, you can take a look over here. It's been posted onto all social platforms like Facebook, YouTube, as well as TikTok and Instagram, and all of them have different captions as well. And today we're going to run through how I actually built this whole system. But before we go into that, let's go into how you can actually leverage this system for yourself and what makes this so valuable. Okay. So if you take a look at this UGC Ad Factory that we have just created, before you're able to access powerful AI models like VEO3 or even access to no-code tools like n8n, it usually costs hundreds to thousands of dollars for actors and products and setups. And this process could be very time consuming to create your own UGC agency or to have UGC ads for yourself. Now, with this system, you're able to affordably create unlimited UGC ads based on your creativity on autopilot with unlimited actors, unlimited products, and unlimited creativity. And this is very quick to launch as well for you to test. You can test 1,000 pieces of content compared to just a single one before. And just so you know the pricing of this whole system, right, let's break it down. It currently costs about 40 cents per 8 seconds using VEO3 and about 19 cents using OpenAI's image generator. And for the miscellaneous that we use the AI agent to chat with us, it costs about less than 0.005 cents per chat using OpenRouter. Right, so this total adds up to about 65 cents per advert. And the fixed cost of n8n is about $29 per month for unlimited automations. And compared to hundreds or thousands of dollars we usually have to use to create adverts like this is a fair amount for you to create unlimited UGC ads using this system. And that makes it super powerful because you can use this to create a lot of campaigns for your clients or even for yourself as well. And so if you're interested, I do have this whole build in my community. Link in description below. You can just plug and play and use the system where we'll help you set up the full system as well as provide new updates to it as well as community support to help you implement the most powerful content systems for your own use cases. And now let's go into how I actually build out this whole system. Now this whole system is actually built using something called a multi-agentic workflow. And so I have a main agent that I actually speak to that connects to all the different agents to help me publish my content, upload my product, and create my advertisements as well. Multi-agentic workflow is something that's actually pretty useful in making the system more accurate. You can think of it as your own team of AI agents working for you instead of one single agent trying to do every single task for you. This makes it very versatile and adaptable as well according to your needs. Just like how we are able to just chat with it on Telegram, and it's able to do the different tasks for us based on what we want. So let's start off the very main build over here on how we actually speak with it on Telegram. I start off by creating a Telegram node first, okay, and I connect it to my Telegram bot, which you can create using BotFutter on Telegram. Okay, and once I have my credentials connected, I'm able to just chat with it either via text as well as voice. Okay, you can see over here I created a switch node, right, where I'm going to route the message either from text or an arrow. Okay, and what this does is that if it's an audio file, right, I'm going to use this Telegram node to get the audio file earlier. I'm going to download that. Now I'm going to pass it to an OpenAI node to transcribe the recording. Okay, let's go into execution so they can see this better. So this is our previous execution over here. Okay, zoom in. Right, let's take a look at the OpenAI node. The Telegram node actually downloads the file of our voice recording. Let's take a listen. Yes, publish this ad for me. Right, yeah, so this is where we're asking it to publish the ad for us. So it's able to transcribe the recording, right, using OpenAI. And to do so, you just have to go into platform.openai.com and create a credential and connect your account here. Okay, and then once it's done, it transcribes the text for us and it sends it to our agent to give us a response. And what I do with the edit field node over here is also set the field equals to text as well. And why did I add a edit field node over here is to make sure the field given from the OpenAI transcript node over here, which is text, is the exact same one as the one from the text input that we have given, so that the agent is able to process both of them, whether is it us communicating with it via audio or via text. Alright, and that's how we actually communicate with the agent on Telegram using our voice or using our text. Now, of course, the agent has to reply us as well. So before we go into the reply Telegram node, I actually created a code node over here, right? And this actually helps us clean up the output that's given. Now, why do I create this specific code node is because if you take a look at Telegram, it actually returns to us the different links of our products. Sometimes when it's returning too many links, there might just be an error. I actually created this node in the process of building this to help me solve this problem. And this is just good practice for builders out there trying to build your system. How I actually usually do it is to test out my system step by step. And when I'm met with an error, I usually try to ask you to assist me with that process. From there, I could also ask you to help me add in nodes like this to make the system even more robust and better. There's a lot of trial and error, and this is one way for the builders to be able to use AI to help us build faster as well. Once that is completed, we just want to reply on Telegram. So we're going to have another Telegram node over here, and I'm just going to connect it to the same bot. I just want to make sure the chat ID is connected, and you'll send the output from the message over here and drop this in. We do have the reply to us on Telegram, and that's it. That's how we get the very first section of how we communicate with the agent. And now let's go into the very fun part, which is how the agent is able to reply us with so many features and so many functions, making it our UGC Ad Factory. An AI agent usually has three components. The first is the chat model, the second is memory, and the third are the tools that it needs to use to give us a response. Okay, and so for the chat model, I use something called OpenRouter. And OpenRouter is a tool that allows me to connect to many different types of models like OpenAI and so much more. You're just going to openrouter.ai and create an account and get your credentials over here, okay, API keys, add in some credits and connect your credentials. And then you can choose all the different models that you want to use for the agent. Okay, and once that's done, I'm going to connect it to memory. I'm going to choose simple memory, and I'm going to set the context length window to 5. And what this means is that the agent is able to remember the past 5 messages within our conversation. Okay, and once that is done, let's go into the tools section to understand how this works. Over here, we do have the database section as well as the UGC Ad Agent Team. So starting off with the database, what these 3 different nodes over here does is that it allows the agent to use them to search the product, search the actors, as well as search the ads from the database. So these are like tools that the agent can actually use, just like how we would actually use, let's say, a computer to find information from a database, okay? And these 3 tools will allow the agent to do so. Right, following that, these other 4 agents over here are actually what we use to prompt different agents and different workflows to do different tasks for us, like create a new product, create a new actor, create new adverts, as well as publishing the post for us. Right, to better understand this, we're going to open up the prompt of the agent here first to understand how each tool works before we break down even deeper. Okay, let's go into the agent over here. Firstly, for the user message, we're just going to set it as JSON text, which is how the agent would get the user message from us, right? And then the system message is where we give the agent the instruction, okay? And what I like to do is to always start off with a role for the agent so it understands what it is supposed to do, like manage the creation, coordination, and publishing of the ads. And it is the orchestrator between the user and the specialized tools and agents, okay? And then I will define every single tool that the agent would use so it knows which tool to use for what. You can see over here, the first one is the 3 tools I talk about for Airtable, like the search product tool, which is to search for available products. Similarly, for the search actor tool, to search for available actors, and the search ad tool to search for ads that are ready to be uploaded. And that's how we're able to actually retrieve all of the product information, all of the actor information, as well as get it to publish the advert for us, okay? And then once we have these 3, we have the other 4, which are the agent tools to do the task for us. Right, so the first one we have is the product agent, and this is what we use to create a new product and then add it to the database. We have the actor agent, which is to create a new actor and add it to the database as well. And ads agent to create new ads for us. And for this ads agent, remember, it asks us for the product name, the actor name, concept name, and caption, right? These are the information that we want to give it for it to generate a new ad for us. And this two, the product name and actor name, is gathered from the database so that we use the actors and the products that we have to generate the advert. And I give it some instruction on how to do so, right, to clarify intent. And these are the instructions that actually allows the agent to work in that specific manner in the demo earlier on. On top of that, I give it some examples as well to help the agent better understand how to actually respond in different situations, right? Instructions and examples are perfect ways for us to train the agent to make sure that it works closer and more accurate to what we want. Last but not least, I also add in some notes for the agent, right? And notes are sort of like a reminder to the agent to remember any important information at the end of it. Once this is completed, we are done with the agent node. Let's go into the database to see how this works. Let's open up our Airtable first. You can see we do have 3 tables in our base, right? The first one is UGC Ads. And over here we have the ads name, description, captions, image prompt, video prompt, image of the ads, as well as the video of the ads generated. And then we want it to connect to another record, right? Link to another record. And we want to connect it to the product table over here so that we know that this advert is created with this product in mind, okay? And then we also have lookup field for the product name, right? Similarly, we link to the UGC actor record as well so that we know that this is created with this specific UGC actor, and then we have the actor name here as well. These are all the information required to help us manage the adverts and also know which products are used by which actor, sort of like our own UGC Advert Factory database, right? And then from there, we just have a simple status section over here where we have it all as drop-down fields. And this is what allows us to trigger the status field over here to ready to upload, to post it onto all our social platforms, and it will automatically be uploaded and updated into posted over here. Okay, and very quickly, let's run through the product table. You can see the product table, we do have just the product name, the product type, the original image link, and the clean image link, and the UGC ad it is connected to. Okay, same for the actor as well. We do have the actor, the description, the image, and the ads it's connected to. I really like this connecting function because it allows us to see all the different adverts in a very nicely consolidated manner so we know which actor has been used for which product and which advert. Now, once we have these, how do we get the agent to access all of this database, right? We're going to start off with the very first Airtable node, which is search product. And all we gotta do is just to connect to our Airtable base, right? We just have to connect to the credentials, and then we just have to use Operation Search and select our base, and we'll choose the table, which is the product table, right? Filter by formula, we want it to define automatically by the model so the AI is able to choose for us. And I add in a simple description just to make it more accurate, right? Such as if no instruction is given, return all. And if you're searching for the specific product, find the product using product equals to the product name. Take a look over here. Product equals to product name, okay? And this allows us to get the product from the Airtable. And same for the actor, we do the same, this time only in the actor table, and then we want it filtered by formula, defined automatically by the model so the AI can decide. And this will be what we use to get the actor from the database, as well as the ads over here connected to the advert, and the formula would be ready to upload because we only want to find the ready to upload adverts and then send it to the publishing agent to upload them for us. Okay, so pretty straightforward for the tools section, and that's how we actually manage the database using this agent. Now the next part is where the magic really comes in, which is the UGC Ads Agent Team, right? The product agent, the actor agent, ads agent, and publishing agent. And we're going to go into that right now to see how each of them work. How I actually connect to each of them is to click plus over here, and I call another n8n workflow. Each of them is another workflow. You can take a look. The product agent to upload the products. We have the actor agent to upload the actor, the ad creator agent over here, as well as the publishing agent flow over here. And how I connect to each of them is I were to create, call n8n workflow to, okay, open this up and make sure to connect to the workflow that we have created. Okay, and then from the workflow that we have created, if you have seen over here, if I open this up, there is a JSON example of the data that we want to get. So this is what we actually sent to the agent to use to do the different tasks for us. So starting off with this very first product agent over here, I just want to call this to upload a new product. The product agent will just take over and send us the form to upload a product, as you can see in the demo earlier. So I just got to send over an input of start equals to true. Same for the actor agent, we just want to have the input start equals to true. And for the ads agent, it's a little bit different. We do have the product name, the actor's name, concept, ad name, captions, and so much more. And all this will be defined automatically by the model. And remember, in Telegram, it actually asks us what are the information that we want. You can see over here, it's actually confirmed with us the name, image, and so much more, right? And this is what it actually used to send over to this agent, okay? So we define automatically by the model because it's always changing and varying all the time. And lastly, the publishing agent, we just want to set the status to publish so that it's able to go into Airtable and find the ads that's ready to be published and upload it for us. And that's the full overall flow of this very main agent. Now let's take a look at the product agent. Once it's executed, when start equals to true, it will run and actually send us a message to Telegram, right? This is how we actually get a custom form where we want to request the product name, the product image, as well as the product type. Okay, remember the form that we have gotten earlier? This is how we upload the image onto it. Okay, once we upload the product, it will upload it to Google Drive, give it a name, and we save it to a file that we have. And then from there, we're going to use OpenAI image generator to actually get the product and create the background blank image that we have earlier on. Just like this one you see over here, right? That's where we use the OpenAI image generator. And so how do we do that? First is to use HTTP request. We get the download link from the Google Drive note, okay? And then from there, we use OpenAI to create the image for us. Okay, let's go into executions to better understand this. Click into this, you can see this is where we connect to our OpenAI credentials. Make sure to add in your OpenAI credentials over here. And you can see this is the bottle that we have earlier on. So we're gonna send this over, right, by sending the binary data. We're gonna choose n8n binary file, image, input field, name, data, send the body, and then the parameter type, we're gonna give it a prompt, right, which is to identify the product in the image, extract it and all its details, and create a clear image of it with all the details in a clear background HD front shot. And the product type is what we have gotten from the error table earlier on. Okay, and then we just have to make sure the model is GPT image 1, and that's how we get the final image. And then we got to convert the file, right? Just have to use this base 64 string to file conversion, and then we convert the file, and that's how we get the image with the background. Perfect. Okay, once we have this, we're just going to upload it to Google Drive once again and name it _clean with the name itself and save it to our file. And then we're just going to download this once again, right? And why do we download this once again? Is because we want to send it back to Telegram over here. So we're going to have a Telegram note to send the photo, okay? And we send a message asking for approval, right? Make sure that this image is cleaned up properly, right? Remember, we ask for approval over here. And then it's just going to create a new record and tell us that the image has been uploaded and saved, right? So you take a look at this note. It's updating the product. It creates a new field in the product table, and it actually creates the product for us over here. And that's how we have gotten this new product created over here. Okay, now moving on from the product agent, we're going to move into next one, which is the actor agent. Now, the actor agent works pretty much similar to the product agent. So let's go into execution to see how this works. This is the execution of what allows us to create the actor previously. Firstly, we have this workflow triggered by the main agent. Right, it's going to send the execution start equals to true. And then from there, it's going to send a message to Telegram once again and wait for a response. It's going to ask us which actor to add to the database. It allows us to add in the actor name, the actor image, as well as the actor description. You can see over here, the actor image is actually not required. So we actually have two different paths from here, right? The first one is if we do have the actor image, it will just automatically upload the image to the file and we can use that as our actor. If you don't have an image, we can actually use the actor prompt agent to create a new image for us, right? And so that's what happens earlier on just now, right? Once we send over information about Gerald, we don't have the image, but we have a description. This would prompt it to go onto the false loop over here using the if note, and the actor prompt agent will start by creating a prompt for the actor. You can take a look over here. I give it instructions on creating a UGC actor for us. Okay, I give it some instructions, some examples of what the prompt would look like to make it a little bit more realistic. And using this is how I actually generate the prompt to be sent over to the GPT-1 model once again. Okay, open this up. I actually connect it to GPT-01 and I actually sent over the prompt to this section over here for prompt, choosing the model as GPT image 1. and I choose the size to be 1024 multiplied by 1536, which is a portrait image for our actor. And then from there, once again, we need to convert it to file. To take a look over here, this is the actor we have generated earlier on, okay? And then we want to upload the actor to Google Drive, right? Give it a file name as the original actor of Gerald, and we add it to our file itself. Same thing, if we do have an image, we just have to upload to Google Drive over here. We want to edit field name to map both of them as actor image, so that we can actually pass it to the Airtable node. And this is where we're going to update the Airtable once again. We're going to use the base UGC Agent System. Table would be actor. We're going to send over the fields such as the name, the description, as well as the actor link. And that's how we get the information updated into our Airtable over here. And we send a final message to Telegram telling us that the actor has been created and sent to our database over here. And that's how we have our actor agent helping us create our new actors. And now that we get the product and actor done, we're going to generate the advertisements. And that's where we're going to have the ad creator agent over here to create the ad image for us, and then create the ad video, and then update the user and database over here. So let's run through them one by one. Once again, we start off when execute by another workflow, right? But this time we want to give all the different information like product name, actor name, concept name, and caption, right? This is what we're going to use to actually generate our advert. Because we need to use the reference of the product image that we have as well as the actor image that we have, we're going to have two Airtable nodes over here. The first one is to get product record, and we're going to use the table UGC Agent System and get it from the product table. Filter by product equals to the product name, okay, taken from the previous node. And that's how we get the image of our product. Similarly, we're going to get the image of our actor as well below by mapping the actor name to the formula, okay, and that's how we get the link. And then we got to merge them together so that we can send it over to the prompt agent to use them to create the ad image. All right, so I create a merge node, combine, and combine by all possible combinations, and we get all the information all together over here. Now I'm going to send all the information to my very first agent, which is going to create the advert image for us using the OpenAI generator. Okay, and so we're just going to open this up, right? It has the information like the product type, ad concept, description, and caption idea. With all of this information, we're going to give it an instruction as well, right? We want it to be able to generate a UGC style product advert for us. And it's an image prompt designer agent, okay? And then we're going to give it instructions of what kind of input it's going to get. And it starts to generate a single descriptive paragraph with information like style, mood, and lighting to help us design the advert image, right? And over here we have some examples, like if we were to give it this example of a wireless earbud with this caption, as well as the actor description and ad concept, we'll have this output that looks like this. That's more descriptive so that we can create an image that we can actually animate into a more high quality advert. Same over here, we have other examples as well. And once you're done with this, the image prompt agent will create the prompt, which would then be sent over to the OpenAI generator. And so here's where we need to actually download the product image as well as the actor image. And so we're going to have two Google Drive download file nodes. Open this up, and we're going to have two binary data over here. The first one, we're going to name this as product 1, so make sure to set output file in field to be product 1. We want to download the URL from the actor over here, drag this and paste this in, put the output field name as actor 1, view this, and we'll have the actor over here. Now we're going to merge both of them together, so we have two outputs, actor 1 and product 1. And this is how we're going to be able to merge them together and create an ad image. Okay, we're going to use this URL, image edit, and we're going to have our authentication over here. Okay, we're going to send the body, which is the prompt. And the first one is the prompt where we're going to get from our agent earlier on. Drag and paste this in. And then we want the model to be GPT image 1. And then we want to have the image sent over, which is two binary files, right? So we're going to use this group function over here. You can see this square bracket. Okay, and I'm going to input the first data, which is product 1, which is our product image. And then the second square, which is for actor 1, which is our actor. And we're going to send it into our OpenAI generator. Once that is done, we're going to convert to file, and this is how we get the actor with the image, right? Take a look over here, the actor with the product. All right, and once this is done, the next step is actually a little bit different. We're going to host it on Cloudinary. So you want to go into cloudinary.com, okay? make sure to create an account here and get your API. Once you have that, we're going to use this HTTP request over here, connect it to the Cloudinary URL, make sure to add in your Cloud ID over here. Make sure to connect your Cloudinary API over here, add in your user and password, okay? And these found the API keys given in Cloudinary, okay? Send the body over here, and you want to send the binary file over so that we can upload this to Cloudinary so that we can use it for generating our videos later on with VEO 3. Okay, we want the upload preset to be n8n upload, and we are good to go. And this is where it's uploaded. You can take a look at this URL. This is our image with our advert, right? Awesome. Okay, once this is done, we are going to send an image preview first. This is how we get our image preview over here. So I would send it to Telegram, and I'll send a image preview with a caption saying, here's your fire advert. And once this is completed, we're going to move on to the video agent, which is going to generate the videos for us. So firstly, of course, we have to create a video prompt once again, and this time we're going to use this video prompt agent. Open this up, it's going to get information like the product, the ad concept, image prompt, caption idea, and actor description. All of these are good information for it to use to generate the advert. So once you have this, we're going to create a system message for it, and we're going to give it a role and tell it that it is a UGC Advert Video Prompt Generator agent to turn advert inputs into cinematic yet authentic visual prompts for generative video APIs like VEO 3. The task is to use all the information given to create a single descriptive paragraph that vividly describes the advert scene, right? Keep the product and actor in it, and ends with the actor speaking the caption line out loud. That's how we want our advert to be like. And we add in some tasks like make sure the product design and branding is clear and consistent. Make sure to use UGC realism, and caption must be less than 24 words because the advert that we want to generate is only 8 seconds. Okay, here are some examples, inputs and output prompts, right? 3 different examples once again, and some notes. And you can see the last line over here, right? Sometimes the prompt agent might create a prompt that is a little bit offensive, so make sure to add this line here to not add in any descriptive prompt that violates Google VEO 3 model, nothing sexual or offensive. And just by doing that, we are able to ensure that we don't get too much errors when sending the prompt over to the VEO 3 model later on. And that's how we have this prompt output over here. Okay, once we have this prompt output, we're going to send it over to the VEO 3 agent. And this time, how we're going to connect to it is to use something called Key AI. Key AI is a connector just like OpenRouter, which allows us to connect to all the different image models and video models. So you create an account over here, and you have all the different models over here that you can connect to. All you got to do is to get your API key, okay? And then we go back to n8n. We're going to open this up, make sure to connect to the URL, right? And then you connect your API key over here. So you create a new credential, okay? And then add in your API key, and the name would be API-key. Once we have this, we are going to give it some JSON prompt information over here. So we want to send it the prompt, which is from the video agent, and I want to give it the image URL, which would be from the previous Cloudinary node over here. We want to drag and paste this in. The model would be VEO 3 fast, and callback URL would be complete, aspect ratio 9:16, seed 12345. Okay, and once we see this, it means that the process have been run and is successful. But the thing about video generation is that it usually takes a little bit more time, and so we don't want it to have the error, and that's why we have a wait node, and I set it to about 4 minutes to be safe so that we can retrieve the video once it's completed. Once it's completed, we want to get the video status from this API, so we're going to use this URL, api.key.ai/API VEO record info. This will give us all the info for the API, and to do so, we want to make sure to pass the task ID from the wait node over here, paste this in, and that's how we can get the specific video that we have generated earlier. And we can copy this URL to take a look, paste this in.
Begin your day with a touch of elegance and happiness.
And that's how we get our advert video. Okay, we're almost there now. All we gotta do next is to download the video once again to get the binary file. So we just have to copy and drag this URL link over here, drag and paste this in, and then we will be able to get the video.
Begin your day with a...
Okay, then we just have to send the video back to ourselves. Another Telegram note, send the binary file data, send video is the operation, and then we give it a captions, and that's how we get the update on Telegram. And then after updating us on Telegram, we just want to upload the file at the same time. Give it a file name, okay? We're going to have the product name as well as the advert name. So we're going to drag and paste this in from the previous notes over here. Drag and paste in the product name as well as the ad name. Okay, and then we're just going to add it to a folder. And we'll have our file uploaded and saved in our database. Merge them together, combine by positions, to inputs, and update the Airtable with the following information from ads name all the way to the video prompt, the image, and the video link. And then below, these are two important ones, right? What we want to do is to go into get product records over here. And we want to get the product record ID. This step is super important, so it allows us to reconnect this advert to the product that we have. So we just have to drag this ID over, type in a bracket on the outside, and we can get the array to make sure that it's connected to the product over here, right? The product. Okay, and same for the actor. We want to do the same thing. We can get the actor from the search records node over here, drag and drop this record ID, and then we create a bracket on the outside. And just like that, we have the advert agent created, creating the advert for us and uploading it onto our database. And with just these 4 agents created, you already have your fully fledged UGC Ad Factory. But just to make it even better, we have one final agent, which is what we use to publish our content onto all platforms, which is our publishing agent. And so I'm just going to quickly run through with you how this flow works so that you can understand how to build it for yourself. In this publishing agent, same thing, we have it executed by another workflow, and the status we're going to send over is publish. Once this is sent over, we're going to search record, and we're going to search for the ready to upload record from the advert table over here. It's going to use a code note, right, this interesting code note over here, to actually transform the video link from the Google Drive note into a downloadable link so that we can upload to Potato afterwards to publish onto all social platforms. And we create a publishing agent, which is going to use the information of our product, the name, the description, and a prompt to actually create custom captions for each of the different platforms. So you can take a look at Instagram. We have a description on how to write it, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, and so on. Right, and it's going to create all these different captions for us, okay? And then we're going to map them over to the different platforms over here. And after the agent has created a prompt, we need to connect to the API of the different social media platforms to upload them for us. Now, all these social platforms APIs are actually pretty complicated to get set up. So one of the easy way to do it is to use something called Potato. They're an amazing app that allows us to publish our content on all the social platforms without going through all the API hassle. All we got to do is to log into our account over here. Go to settings, log into your accounts, okay? You can log into so many different platforms over here. Once you do so, you just have to find your API key, copy that over, and then go back to the agent. And then we do have an inbuilt Potato node. Open this up. You can add in your account, add in your credentials, and then we can use the upload media node next to upload the video onto Potato first, okay? So what I'm going to do is to get the previous link of the video from the code node over here, drag and drop this in. I'll upload the video onto Potato first, okay? Once it's uploaded onto Potato, this is where we can actually use it to upload to our platforms, right? And so we have 4 different post nodes over here. The first one is to post it onto Instagram. I just have to connect to my Instagram account. I just have to drag over the output for Instagram over here, paste this in, add in the URL of our video from Potato, and choose the media type to be Reels. And I'll do the same thing for YouTube. Connect it to YouTube, get the captions, connect the URL as well as the title, okay? And then same for TikTok as well. Just connect to a different account and get the different caption from the publishing agent for TikTok. Just have to connect to our different account and get a different caption, as well as for Facebook. And once we're done, it will upload to all the different platforms. And then very quickly, I just want to update Airtable with my status. Select the UGC table, and then we just update the status for Instagram to be posted. Same for YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. And then we're going to merge them all together, right? And we're going to set an if node if all of the fields are being posted, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 posted. We're going to change this status to all posted, okay? And go back to n8n over here, and we're going to set this to all posted. This is how we update the database with all of the information required. And just like that, this is how I set up our full UGC Ad Factory agent. It's able to create new products and actors for us, create adverts for them, and even publish them onto all our social platforms, managing them in one single database. So I hope you found this valuable and it showcased to you the power of no-code content automation systems. If you want to go deeper into building automation systems like this or gain access to this blueprint, you can join my community, link in description below, where we have a beginner guide to get you from zero to building your own content automation systems for your own use cases. We also have all latest blueprints and tech support in the community here that you can just plug and play for your own use cases. And so if you're interested to get ahead with AI automations and build content systems like this to work for you, do join the community, link in description below. With that being said, if you have watched to the end, I really appreciate you. If you like videos like this, do give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.